Hey everyone, thanks for waiting. We are finally here. I have with me Jeff and Esther, and we're going to get started. We are going to have a different show for you tonight. Basically, we are going to be covering I'm trying to get the right layout. There we go. We're going to be covering older Mandela effects, but I'm going to let you guys choose. I'm going to let you tell me what to look for. And I do have a couple things I want to show you before we get started, but Um, first, you guys want to say hi? Esther is going to do a shout out. I want to thank you all for being here last minute. Good, guys.
Hello. Let me get up to the top. So, hi, Ralph and Casey Francis, Karen Maloney, Noise Guru. Let's see, Joe Blore, Parody Bear. Sorry, my thing just freaked out on me, so everything just moved. Where'd it go? There it is. I already said him. Analog Lime. Eddie Funny Karaoke Song Parodies. Wow, that's a really long name. Gemini 79. And of course, Jeff is in the chat. So hello and thank you. I don't get to be on here very often with Sandy.
I cannot change my picture. I don't know why it's doing that.
Yeah, I had no problem with mine. I just clicked on the plus button.
There's an on my phone. I don't see it.
Oh, Mandanimal just popped in. Now, if you're watching and you're not chatting, I can't give you a shout out. Can only give you a shout. I only see your name if you speak up. Just a reminder for those who are like, why didn't you see me?
Why was hi everyone hidden?
Oh, I have no idea. I can't do anything on my end.
I did that.
Oh, okay.
I was logged in under my song parody channel by accident, so I got rid of it.
Pastor of Muppets, hello. He just joined us as well.
All right, so for those of you just joining, thank you. This is the 500 subscriber special. And what we're going to do is we're not doing anything. We're doing. I'm asking you a couple things new tonight, but not like a normal whole presentation. What I want to do is we could talk about anything you guys want to talk about. I want you guys to control the show today because this stream is about you. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have 500 subscribers. So if you want to talk about theories, if you want to talk about something you saw on another channel, just tell me the channel so I can credit them. If you want to see an older Mandela effect that I've covered, or anybody that I've you know done shows with that I have in my Flickr, we can look at them too. Whatever you guys want to do tonight. So thank you. Pastor Muppet says, "Awesome, congrats." So I guess yeah, relax, but get to thinking what you guys want to do tonight because we're gonna do a few things while you think. But any suggestions in the chat? We're listening tonight.
And just
Noise
in case,
Guru says StreamYard.
I just want to make sure I said hi to Noise Guru. I'm not sure if I got his name, but just in case. That
What's
was
in
him.
my Flickr? Everything I've ever covered. Every Mandela effect that I've ever covered is in my Flickr.
I heard clicker.
All right, so while they're thinking, Jeff, you want to start that folder that you're in? Let me get you back up here.
Yeah.
Give me a minute to get over there because it's harder on the phone. I can't change my picture. My picture was the icy cold one, and it disappeared, and it won't let me change it, which is just fantastic. Oh, I guess it helps to add back.
Hi, Rudy P. I noticed he popped in.
Okay, so this is a like everything shoved together in one folder. It's sort of like a logo and residue folder, but there's questions in here. So this is just stuff that didn't justify a whole folder on its own. And oh, we're gonna go from here. Go ahead, Jeff. Thanks, Frank. Frank says nobody unsubscribed. That was me mean.
Oh, yes, I would be. I would make a special account just to make.
Oh, thank you. All right, so wait. Uh, does anyone remember legs, the stockings back in the 80s and the 70s? Legs or eggs?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember them having a cosmetics company? Because I don't.
The pantyhose, but I was also a kid then, so I only remember the pantyhose.
I don't remember any commercials or anything for La Aura or
Me
La
either.
Erin, and they did have a cosmetics line.
Hmm.
La Aura was the first one. As you can see, it's completely merged, and because of a name issue, they had to change it. They were sued,
Hmm.
and it became La Erin, again all merged. And then when they unmerged it in 1985, you got the broken arm. It's just weird. I don't remember ever hearing them having a cosmetics brand, and I've never seen any displays for it. I remember the eggs. It was pronounced legs, though. Like I remember the commercial. She's got legs was the commercial, and you know I remember that display through the '90s, but I've never seen uh, these cosmetics. I just want to point out they were all merged. They're old, and I've never heard of them. And the next image is a close up of the first two logos. If you want to go to the next slide, so you can see the merging in detail. Backwards slanting A's. The AUR is one. It's all one word, really. Laura is all one word. It's bizarre. No, that's not going to happen, Analog Line. It was hard enough to get this one put together.
Oh,
Thank you, everyone. All right, so here's another question. So those glowing algae blooms I've talked about recently. Hopefully you guys have seen this one. Next slide, Jeff.
Hi, Pockets is saying hi. Hi.
Hi. So
Hi, RT909 and Beth Bromley.
everybody's
I'm
saying
sitting here
congrats.
waving like they can see me. I forgot I don't have my screen turned on.
They spawn in spirals like a hurricane. Have any of you ever heard of this? That algae spawns in spirals in the ocean.
Wow.
Like, I didn't hear about this researching this last month. Anyway, the next image is more spirals in the ocean.
Well, that's
Pretty P
cool.
says have not. High Pocket says, hey, Jeff. Nope for Analog Line. No spiraling for Mandanimal.
Rock you like a hurricane.
Nope for Karen. Hey, Philo. Everyone was asking for you on the last show. Everyone. Gemini is a no. Weird that shape's a P, though. Yeah. No for High Pockets.
I mean, they look cool, but
Hey, Philo.
I did not know that they do that.
Okay, so this is some just random stuff. The bottom is residue of a skunk having one stripe on a brand new Pennsylvania lottery scratch off. The top is a video from the 1930s, I believe, or 1940s. One of those weird, like, educational videos. This one was like how to better protect yourself as a woman. Like peeping toms were a major problem back then. How to undress for a man. Something strange. But the point is, the text on the screen is also from the 1930s with two V's for a W, crooked E's, and an F that's cut off. Not the T's, but the F is cut off. So I wanted to point that out because it was weird.
Mm-hmm.
Next slide, Jeff. All right, here's another question. This is probably not Mandela, and I say that. Does anyone remember a Sony video camera controversy? Does anyone in the chat and on the panel remember any controversies with a Sony video camera?
Not me.
Anyone?
I can't think of any.
Okay, and Karen Maloney says no. Wait. Rudy says, I have that camera. The one has night vision. This isn't the camera, I just picked one. But the night vision one, we can go on. The night vision is the issue.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, High Pockets got it. I don't remember that. So probably not a Mandela, but I have no memory of this. Their camera's infrared night settings could see through clothes. Do you remember this? So obviously High Pockets does, and possibly Rudy. Who in the chat did not know about this? That there was a video camera that could see through clothing.
I did not know of that one. I bet a lot of perverts are getting those ones.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, I'm going to be reading something coming up.
That's crazy.
Artsy99 says, no. Karen is, I sure didn't know that. Gerald Neal, welcome, says, that's why I bought the camera. Philo says, no way, creepy but believable.
I would have bought one.
So the next slide is the next slide I have to read. Next slide is from an article that says Sony's see-through camera disaster cost them $100 million. And it says many of them sold for $2,500 instead of the original $600 on eBay. Unsurprisingly, it opened up a Pandora's box of legal problems. Reporters found 12 different websites featuring peeping Tom videos and pictures of women who've been out living a normal life. The near infrared camera with the right white lighting conditions would reflect light through clothing directly to the skin and bounce it back to the camera, illuminating a nude form. It was particularly effective in daylight, and if the person was wearing dark colors or thin clothing like a bathing suit. It says these fabrics often absorbed infrared light rather than sending it back. You could see what underwear the person was wearing, their tattoos, and unfortunately, much more. Here's some more pictures with black boxes on the next slide.
Do you think they would have tested that camera out before putting it out in the market?
You would think. So, I mean, clearly you can see the woman's underwear, but I blocked out the unmentionables.
This is going on my birthday wish.
Maybe the ones who tested it out were perverts and they wanted it to be that way.
Not after $100 million lawsuit. I hope not.
Right?
Predator alien tech.
I swear I didn't have one.
Yeah, see, I don't understand how, X-ray, like Frank Nunez says, X-ray glasses were supposed to do that. I don't know. It just seems like tech that we shouldn't have had.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't have been possible. But moving along, All right, I think this is the final question. At the end of Mortal Kombat matches, you hear and see on the screen what command? Please write it exactly how you remember seeing it on the screen.
Finish him.
And when I say exactly, there we go. Frank Nunez. Exactly meaning, do you remember punctuation? If so, what was the punctuation? So Analog Lime says finish him. Rudy P is finish him. Frank Nunez says finish him exclamation point. Esoteric Eric Welcome says finish him. No Joe Floor. Finish him or her. Oh, actually, yeah. But no. You know what I mean. So, Jeff, what do you remember on the screen? Exactly.
Finish him.
Do you remember any punctuation?
Yeah,
What do you remember?
there were exclamation points. At least one.
Well, how many do you remember? You said at least one.
I would say two.
You remember two.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone in the chat is writing one, but you remember two.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I do. I'm not 100% on that, though.
Mm-hmm.
Been a long time since I played it.
Rudy P is a one.
Yeah, unfortunately, I
Tyler
don't.
Fire's got three. What were you gonna say, Esther?
I know, like it said, finish him because I remember like Wreck It Ralph in that thing. They actually say it like on like in the thing in the background.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I didn't pay any attention to like how they wrote it because I didn't play Mortal Kombat as a kid. I watched it played a few times. Like my neighbor had Mortal Kombat.
Mm-hmm.
He was an adult. He would play Mortal Kombat, but I don't remember. Unfortunately, I'm sure I saw it a million times, but I just don't remember.
Brian just messaged me that he's really sorry he couldn't make it tonight. Okay, so Joe Bloor remembers at least two, maybe three, and Philo says three or one? Question mark.
Finish him
Okay.
with three. I would imagine it was either the one or three. I don't think it would be two. Three was typical for that type of game to put three exclamation points.
See, now for me, it was always just one. Go ahead, Jeff. Next slide. And it is two now. And I said, this is one of those Mandela effects where you wonder why. What was the point of just adding an exclamation point? But if it's your reality, that's okay, Jeff. It's all right.
Yeah,
But
I wouldn't say that's one for me, but what is with that eye?
yeah, it's upside down.
That looks weird. That's not how I remember it. To me, that's the change.
Well, you mean that's pointy at the bottom, right? What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean with the eye?
The way it looks.
So I'm saying that's pointy at the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that it's longer up top. Unless I'm seeing it wrong. It just looks weird to me.
Maybe. I think it's
Just,
longer than the. I don't know if it's longer than the F because it's lined up with the pole in the background.
it's just a regular eye for me. It doesn't look right.
Wait, are you talking about the first eye and only the first eye?
Only the first. Mm-hmm.
No, that's a pole in the background. That's not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That would explain that then.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's a pole. Yeah. Like if you go back to the previous slide,
Mm-hmm.
you'll see it better. It's because
Okay.
I washed it out. But yeah, I only remember the one. The only thing I can think of is now it's an 11. That's the only thing I can think of is why there'd be two now, when I remember just one. It's also off center with the two. It's not centered on the screen.
Hmm.
Like I don't know if you can see it. Like they're like scorpion is cut off, and it's because there's two exclamation points. So now the whole thing's off center. Just
Hmm.
as strange. And that's it with that. I just wanted to share those random things. Um, let me get uh, Jeff. I haven't seen any. Give me a minute. I'm trying to go to the guests thing so I can remove you from the stream. There we go. All right. So here's the thing, guys. Those of you just joining us, I'm letting you guys decide the show tonight. Those of you that missed the spiel in the beginning, you want to, whatever you want to talk about, we could talk about. So we're just going to go and read the chat a little bit. But if not, if you guys can't think of anything that you want us to talk about or want us to show, Jeff is just going to randomly pick older videos. Older videos, wow. Older folders to cover.
Well, they could contain videos.
Oh, animals behaving like humans. Yeah, let me see if I can get that folder for Jeff.
I've been seeing a lot of cat videos where the cats are standing now. Like a lot of cats do that now. And like even dogs like walking like humans. I'm like, okay, this is weird. I've been around cats my whole life and I've never once saw a cat stand up on his hind legs and walk until I think it was last year was the first ones I started seeing. And now it's like 90% of cats do that now. It's like, what are all these videos? They're constantly showing cats like walking on their hind legs now, at least standing for long periods of time on their hind
Well,
legs.
hopefully
Yeah.
they don't behave too much like humans. Then I'd really start to worry.
Yeah. Well, they even have like cats like making different sounds. Like one could bark like a dog. One sounded like was a chicken or something like that. They had different things, and some of them that can actually say like words now. It's weird. Like
I'm
it
trying
actually sounds like they're literally talking.
I am trying to find a folder. I don't know what it was called. I
Yeah.
specifically remember an elephant and I can't find it. I think Flickr deleted some of my folders.
Fox walking on two legs.
What is it?
Um, Eddie Von Kuhn typed in YouTube fox walk. Type in on YouTube fox walking on two legs.
Fox walking on two legs.
That's a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Joe, I am actually wearing a very thick sweater. So that camera won't work on me tonight.
I
Have
see
colors.
two-legged fox. I see a two-legged fox, but not a fox walking on two legs.
Yes, we've seen the walking trees, which is very interesting.
Is that what they want to see? Because we can pull that up too.
Karen had mentioned, have you seen what looks like trees walking?
Mm-hmm. We have covered that. So Jeff, you're pretty much going to be going to Messenger at this point. I'm sending
I
you
don't have
links to
legs.
Flickr.
Okay.
Okay. What
Um,
happened to your picture?
Yes.
that's what I'm saying. I can't change it. It won't let me change it on the phone. And I don't want to keep messing with it and then get kicked out of my own show.
Yeah, not worth it.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, I've been watching cat videos for years. And if this is like one of those, oh, they're just now filming, it's like, no, I've been watching cat videos for years. And I've never seen a cat stand on its hind legs until, like I said, about a year, maybe two. Maybe it was, because of with COVID and stuff, my time kind of seems to kind of go by quicker during that time. It's like I don't realize how much time has elapsed with that. But it's not. It's only been more recent where the cats have been standing up on their hind legs. And I mean, I've been watching YouTube since what, like 2009 or whatever, 2010, and I've never seen cats stand on their hind legs or dogs even. I mean, dogs for a couple seconds, like they would do like the whole stand up on the hind legs and then immediately fall back down again. And now I'm actually did you see that video where the dog he's like he got caught and it's like he forgot how to dog like and he literally walked out of the room on his hind legs and it was just weird. He like moved backwards, walked forward, moved backwards again, and then turned around and walked out of the room on two legs. And I'm like, what in the world? I mean, that dog looked like he was a human. And be able to walk backwards too and forwards a couple of times. And he never once fell on the floor. He did it all while standing on his two legs. And I'm like, I'll have to find that video and share it with you.
Yeah. I can't find anything that they're asking for.
Invisible
I know we've covered it.
trees.
I have tons of stuff on trees, but not the walking ones.
I don't know if the invisible Bigfoots are moving the trees.
No, the roots. They walk on they move on the roots move.
Yeah. Yeah, the animals going in circles. That's very interesting too.
Yes. We didn't cover that one, but we can look at it. I'll just have to find it on the internet and send it to Jeff.
The cat
Oh, Jeff is waiting for me to show. All right, so this isn't like a folder. This is close to what you said, Karen. So Jeff is now presenting. Animals now have more expressive faces.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember them being able to express themselves as much. Do you? Do you remember them being able to, like, shock, horror, happiness?
Yeah, I've been able to see,
elation?
especially the smiling animals. Definitely the smile. I'm like, I didn't know a cat or a dog could smile. I've never seen one in real life where they've actually smiled.
Hey, Virgos. Hey, Eddie. Hey, Hannity. You know what, Jeff? We're just showing them faces. The lions are great. Look at the smiling lion. It's creepy. I think that could be Photoshop. But the one where they're like nuzzling, that's real. They definitely look like, she definitely looks like she's smiling.
Mm-hmm.
So does the one in the top left.
Yeah, I've seen like cats especially get more expressive when they're like sniffing like something they don't like they just sniff something like gross and their face will go into that. It's like, but there's some cats that get like their mouths almost like make an O and like they're very, very just like not descriptive. I'm trying to think of emotion. Like there's just so much emotion in their face. It's like, how do you do that? Like I don't remember fake animals having this much movement in their face.
Yeah, Jeff, you know the next one. Neither do I. Yeah.
Those are funny.
I know some of them are very funny. Yeah, we just covered the fish talking again. Okay, Jeff, you can go to the next one. All right, so this was a long time ago. We were talking about, now, this is stuff that Fizzy found. We were talking about the brown zebras, or blonde zebras. And then that weird one, I forget the name of it now. It's like a cross between a donkey and a zebra. That's why it's got the stripes on the legs. Don't remember them. Just a random folder.
Mhm.
Do you think maybe somebody just like crossbreeded them or something?
Oh, yeah, probably. Gerald, it's all up to Jeff. I don't know how Jeff isn't advanced on presenting yet, and that's an advanced technique to go to the internet and pull up videos and present them that are in the website. Like a link I can do, but him going to a website and presenting them, I don't know if he can.
Yeah. I know somebody was making a point about, animals learn human behavior and stuff because they're domesticated and they're living in the home. It's like I get that. It's just they've been living in our houses for thousands of years, and they're just now being able to communicate, having more facial expressions, walking on their hind legs. All of this is just recent. So it's just weird how it just like we've been living with these creatures for thousands of years, and now they're showing signs of going in a different direction where I don't like to use the word evolve, but they kind of like evolved into this new, just more human-like creatures, which is very interesting. They definitely seem to be smarter.
I'm trying to see if I could find a walking tree that's actually walking, but no. There's not exactly videos of it because they move so slowly. I could show images of it. Let's see. Do walking palm trees really walk? The palm in question is Socratia exorhiza, also nicknamed the walking palm. It stems from the idea that scientists are unable to explain the tree's strange stilt-like roots. This is not the one that we talked about, though. This is a different one. Jeff, I'm going to send you some photos. Give me a minute.
All right.
But there's a different type, and that's what I'm looking for. We talked about a different one.
Gerald Neal has a ME. I don't know if that's an anagram, like abbreviation, or what BTTF2 was. BTTF2 Pac-Man game in the cafe. He was saying there was a big Mandela effect with that.
Was what? Huh.
Gerald Neal was saying biggest Emmy this week was BTTF2.
Back to the Future 2.
Okay.
Oh, the Pac-Man game in the cafe.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, we can show a picture of it.
My
I
brain is
honestly
tired.
don't remember. I don't think it was there because I think I would remember that.
Metal not affecting microwaves? What?
What is it?
Burgos was asking, he said, did you hear about metal not affecting microwaves?
Yeah, I keep hearing about that, but I'm not testing that.
Yeah, I'm not either. I'd like to not have a kitchen fire. And I don't want to have to buy a new microwave. Yeah, apparently was it Pac-Man game that's in Back to the Future 2?
I'm getting it right now. Getting it
Somebody
right
was
now.
asking about it. So I'm getting tired, so my brain's just getting like slower and slower.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I was like the BTTF. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, I know that's an abbreviation for something. And now I'm doing anime. Oh my word!
Jeff, after I send you a couple pictures, that's when I'll tell you to present because otherwise you're going to have to leave and come back because that's the way Messenger works.
All right.
Let's see. Okay. Is there anything else anyone wants to see? Otherwise, Jeff will randomly pick older folders that he sees
Okay.
as interesting and we'll show them. Philo, the next goal would be 1,000. Halfway there. Random is good, Rudy P says. All right, Jeff, do you want to present the 2 images I just sent you? I've accidentally microwaved metal. Like what, like a coffee mug that has like gold leaf or something in it, or some like you don't realize it. And I saw sparks and immediately shut off the microwave. That's why there's no way I'm testing that theory.
Yeah.
But I'll look into it. All right, so here we go. I don't know who found it, but it is in Teresa's group. Do you guys remember this Pac-Man game being in Back to the Future 2?
Why did you say do not touch? Oh, it's a priceless artifact. So nobody's
Oil,
allowed.
Rudy. Yeah, well, in Back to the Future 2, it was 2015, so it was a priceless artifact back then. Notice it's not a priceless artifact right now. No. But,
What they thought, it would be different.
I never
Yeah.
looked at the background or paid enough attention in those movies to those little details like
The
that
second,
for me to really know one way or the other.
I didn't watch the second one nearly as much. I watched the third
Same.
one more, and I watched the first one more. Like the most was the first one I watched, but the
Yeah,
second
me
one
too.
I didn't watch as much. My kids were really into them, and we did watch them a lot. But the first and the third ones were like the most popular in our house. I think it was just something about the fact that they were going to the future, and it was just so bizarre. It was hard because at the time it was only a couple of years away compared to what we were actually living in. It's like, yeah, we don't have those shoes that just like zip down and like clothes that fit, and it was just we're kind of a little too bizarre, I think. I think that's why we just didn't like it. I'm not sure.
Frank, that's a regular arcade Pac-Man. They just have a sign on it covering the screen. That's basically what it is. The sign is covering the screen saying "Do not touch." That's all.
I had sparked from a burrito once.
Cooking it too long? I don't know.
I know Joe says body changes or geography would be great and solid.
You want
Like,
body changes? I can send body changes.
unless Noise Guru meant he had sparks from a burrito once, and he didn't mean from the microwave.
Oh,
I
well,
don't know. Is that what you meant? So, unless you got some weird beans in there, you got some gold beans in there.
there's another image. There's the walking tree. That's the walking palm. I couldn't find the image of the other walking tree that we covered. So I couldn't find an image of the tree, and I also can't find the folder. So now I'm wondering, did the tree leave our reality? Because I can't find it. Which is really interesting. But then again, I'm also trying to look really fast. So that could be why. I just sent you a link to a body change.
I don't think that was the body chain.
No. Actually, we're going to stop presenting Jeff until he's ready.
That
There we go.
was a different one.
And I'm sending him a couple more anyway. I'm getting all the older Because we just covered the fangs back in November. I think it was November. Let me see. Because they're right here. When did I cover the new gland? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I covered that in May. All right, we'll do that one again. Other people started covering it probably in November. I covered it in May. That's probably why I remember it so recently.
Oh, some kind of metal mix in the wrapper. Yeah.
So, Jeff, whenever you're ready with the links I sent of Flickr, the Flickr links.
Should I start with the first one?
Whichever one you want, doesn't matter. Is Fizzy here?
Um,
No.
No,
don't
Tyler's
hear.
just saying Fizzy.
Yeah. I will say I did ask around at work for a few people about the margarine thing, if anybody had heard about it, and nobody had heard about it.
That's weird because New Hampshire was a pink margarine.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's interesting. And one of the ladies I was talking to was an older lady, so I'm like, nobody has heard of this. And I'm like, well, have you guys heard of this? I'm like, it was so hilarious. I'm like, breaking up butter rings, underground.
I definitely will, Philo. I'm waiting on the other person to help. They have to set it up. So when they set it up, I will let you guys know what the email address is. All right. Adding you back into the stream. Okay, so I covered this back in 2020. If you remember this, just answer what you answered before. So left or right, which large intestine do you remember? Do you remember it going horizontal? Or do you remember it going up like a slope? Left or right? What do you guys remember? And the one on the right is missing the liver, which is gigantic. I don't remember the liver being that huge. But someone else found that. Mandela effect. I don't remember who found that one.
Right, left, left.
You mean the email address? Yeah, I mean, I don't really use it anymore. I can't get into it. It's
Right.
loaded with spam, so it got compromised. It can't hurt you, but I can't really see anything. Okay, I'm sorry. You were saying right, left, left.
Yeah, it was like right, left, right, 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 right. For a second, I thought you guys in the chat were going to go left, right, left.
So more rights, some lefts. What do you guys remember, Jeff, Esther?
I want to say left. I don't remember the thing going upwards. I always remember it being horizontal.
Left for me too.
Left, right. Shows that both. You can't. It's not. It's an either, not an and.
And then Philo comes in with a left. And Ryugami comes in with a right. So we're split 50-50. Hey, Deborah.
I think you're able to see the chat faster than I can because I think I have a slower because I'm on StreamYard looking at chat.
Gotcha.
So it's just it's a little slower because I'm like you're reading them like 2 down further than I can read. So if I don't see your name or something like that before she does or say something, because I don't see it yet.
Well, Boeing 727 missing engines on the wings? I'll look into that in a minute.
Hmm.
Actually, the left has the pecs, the right has the back. But both were presented as the front.
Left for
Because
sure.
if they were reversed, then the bottom of the colon would be flipped. You see what I'm saying? Like it would be on the other side. Deborah says left for sure. Jeff, you can go on. We can go on. We got a lot of answers. So question 2 is which part is the colon? Do you remember A, B, C, or D? D is all of the above. Which part of the large intestine is the colon? A, B, C, or all of the above is D. Rudy is a C. Philo says IBS. No, I'm not set up for calls. I honestly don't know how they do that. Shelby's an A. Noise Guru is a D. Frank is a C. Swamp Lake 79, welcome, is a C. High Pockets is a C. Beth Bromley's a C. Analog Lime's a C. Liminal Hay doesn't know. It's okay. Gerald Neal is a C. Gamine is guessing C. Philo is a C. Hanavi's a C. Joe Bloor is a D. Preliminal is guessing C. Yes, it is Philo. Mandanimal is B and C. What about you guys? Jeff Esker, what do you remember?
C.
Yeah, I was thought it was C because I remember watching a Dr. Oz and talking about colon and then also checking for your colon cancer and stuff like that. Like you had to, the way they would do it. And it's like, I always thought it was C from listening to Dr. Oz and the way he would talk about the procedure and how they did it. And I'm like, well, it couldn't be all the way up there on top if they're checking for colon cancer.
Burgos
I'm
is
not going to
an
go into
A,
details about what he was talking about.
and Deborah is a C. Okay, we can go on. Oh, Burgos says correction C. Oh, I didn't write the answers. This is before I did that. Okay, let's go back to the questions for a second. Go back to the first question. All the way back to the beginning. So for this, I remember left, and it is right. I don't remember it going up and then down. It just went straight across and down for me. But this was like a 60-40. 60 for the current reality, 44 how I remember it. But the next one, only a few of you have the current reality. It is D, all of the above. And for me, it was always C. Like most of you said in the chat. The colon is the entire large intestine. I'm going to check that to see if it's changed. Because I didn't write things back then. This is why I write out the presentations.
Mm-hmm.
So when things change, we have a record of it. And the record would have been like Dan's, like Mandela Monday, but they're gone now. So while I do this, Jeff, go through the images. There could be a diagram pointing out the colon. If you guys see anything labeled.
Yeah, I
Okay.
remember colon being
Here we
lower.
go. Here we go. It is still. All right, so A is the ascending colon, B is the transverse colon, and C is the descending colon. They are all it's all colon. It is D. The answer is still D.
Hmm.
And I'm going to send this image to Jeff, just so when he's done showing this, if this image isn't in the presentation, we can show you guys, just so there's a record of it. So the whole thing, the whole large intestine is called the colon. Just different words in front of it. So ascending, descending. Ah, yes, the bodysuit guy. Mr. Goodbody or something.
Oh, I can't remember the name. I was really young when that was on.
All right, so this is just residue of how I remember it going straight across instead of going up. Not what I was taught either, Gerald. Oh, there we go. So there is an image of it. So ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon. Thank you, Teresa.
Yeah, the
Tyler says,
intestine.
I never trusted school.
Yeah, that's weird how that's all of that's not supposed to be your colon. It's just supposed to be your colon.
And your large intestine. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
High Pocket says intestine's not even written on the chart. Exactly.
I got a couple more minutes and I should probably head to bed. Or I'm going to fall asleep holding.
No problem.
Plus, I got to get my kid, my youngest will not go to bed.
I figured, Deborah. That's why I was going to say, please re-explain.
Gremlins are killing me.
Jeff? Oh, so here's the current reality with it going up, and it's all blue because that's the colon.
Pick up the Boeing 727 engines on top of the wings now.
Yeah, I'm going to look at that.
Hmm.
Oh, on top of the wings. Actually, I have some. I have to find them. I already have some images of it. I know there's, but Gerald said there were no wings. No wings. No engines.
It just flies without wings. Hmm.
Are you talking about the airplanes that now have like the engine on the tail and nothing on the wing? Is that what you're talking about? All right, Jeff, do you want to go on to the next one? Because it's just the same stuff over and over again.
Hmm.
Oh, here's the residue of large intestine. Exactly, Deborah says. I actually said, since when does the intestine have so many different names?
Hmm. Hmm.
Yes, we have covered them before. The engineless wings, because just the tail had the engine.
You should have a folder for that.
I do? Noise Courier says, how does Sandy always know what I'm typing before I finish?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to take Jeff out of the stream. That would be helpful. There we go. While you're getting the next one up, I'm going to look on the internet. Oh, yeah, we've covered these many times. Dan covered these too. The very old airplanes with the weird flaps and no engines on the wings. But for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, I will send a few pictures to Jeff. But we're going to finish the body changes first. There's still 2 more folders. So whichever one you want to get up, Jeff. All right, he's already got one. So this is the newest one I found in May. Okay, so in the highlighted red part, it's important to know that the first human corpse dissection was in the 3rd century BC. And in 1340, human cadaver dissections were made official in the University of Montpellier. I don't know how to pronounce it, that's French. Pillet. And in 1407, the first sanctioned dissection took place in the University of Paris. And then in 1980, the first ever diagnostic MRI body scan was done. So we've been dissecting human bodies since the 3rd century BC and have been using advanced imagery since the late 1970s. So can someone please explain? Next slide, Jeff, please. I almost called you Brian. How was this missed? Apparently, science has discovered a never before known, seen, or scanned saliva gland, twin glands to be exact, in the shape of fangs that are almost 2 inches long. So you may have seen this recently because other people have recently been covering this. But like I said, this is from May.
Oh, I don't remember this. I must have missed the show.
Yeah, this is just bizarre.
That is weird.
It's very weird. It's very big too. It's very impossible that anyone who's ever had their head scanned that this wouldn't have shown up.
Yeah.
And we're going to see what it looks like in a second on an MRI on the next slide. Well, not the next slide, but one of them covered up. I said, if this isn't a Mandela body change, then I don't know what is. Does anyone have any logical theory as to how something this large was missed? Because I sure do not.
I have no idea.
Oh, and this was found in October of 2020. Oh no, as you can see, Frank, on this MRI, it stands out like a sore thumb. It looks like someone's nose is bleeding. And they are gigantic. They're so large that they don't know if they're going to include them as part of like the gland systems, like part of the glands in the neck. If they're going to make it like a system, or if they're going to consider it a separate gland, the tuberous gland. They're still deciding.
Oh, it's weird. Yeah, I mean, it must be a new thing.
Yeah, salivary glands. They don't know if they're going to include them in the salivary glands, like all of them be part of the salivary gland system, or if they're going to be their own separate glands. They haven't decided. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, let me take you out of the stream so you get the last body change up. Salivary is hard to say. Oh, okay. I gotta wait for Jeff to reload. Are you sticking around for the next one, or do you need to go, Esther?
I'm trying to stay awake at this point.
Okay, we are loading.
I figure after this next body change that I'll hit the head. Or, well,
Okay.
hit the head. Oh my word, I can't even. I'm going to the bathroom. I'm going to go to bed. I don't sleep in the bathroom. I sleep in my bed. That's how tired I am.
Well, then, I don't know if Esther could get it out, but we'll ask her when we're done this one before she leaves. That's to what Gerald said in the chat. He wants to know which theories you're leaning towards if you want to think about it while I read this one, Esther. I came across a couple new body changes. No idea when. This was back in. I'll tell you how long ago this was in 1 second. This was back in October of 2020 when the glands were found, but I didn't find them then. This week that scientists claim are from human evolution speeding up. So that's the reason they gave. All right, so up to 35% of us have an extra artery in our arm now. Doctors say it could have been added by evolution as a backup for clogged arteries. An auxiliary artery. Kind of cool, but I don't know if it would just automatically switch or not. Wow, the lag is real tonight. It could also be used as a bypass artery or replacement artery in heart surgeries since it's an extra and not essential for heart and circulation function. It should be circulatory function. But regardless.
I will say I know that I learned about that there was extra arteries in our legs that could be used in the heart like a long time ago.
But not in the arm.
Yeah, I don't remember if it was in the arms. I know he was saying, we got extra arteries in our legs. Did y'all know that? It was a comedian. He was watching heart surgery, and he was like, yeah, like they pulled some arteries out of this guy's leg and put it in his heart to save his life. And he was finding that very fascinating. And that was back in probably 2007, maybe 2006. I learned about that. So that was a while ago, but I don't know about the arms.
Well, like I said, this was a new discovery that week in October of 2020. So probably not.
Yeah.
Jeff.
I'd have to rewatch I haven't watched that specific show in a long time.
So number 2, the fabella. Not on my screen yet. There we go. The fabella is a sesamoid bone that was once extinct in humans that's been showing up in x-rays again. It's that little, tiny little bone behind the knee.
Hmm.
Now, my question was when I presented this, was it extinct or was our imaging not as good? Did imaging just get better? Or was it from, them actually doing autopsies and this bone disappearing and then all of a sudden it came back? Next slide, Jeff. Because I'm getting serious delay on YouTube. Let's see. Doctors do not know its function and aren't sure why it's returning. Estimates are approximately 40% of us have this bone, which is actually bad news.
Hmm.
I forget why it's bad news. I'm learning this just as much as you guys are. While there seems to be no benefit to having the bone, there is a drawback. It's believed to be the cause of or to substantially worsen knee pain.
Well, can I have it removed?
That's a good question. I don't know. Let me Google. Can the flabella be removed?
If it causes more pain, it's like, well, then just remove it.
Yes, a flabellectomy can be performed. That is what it's called. So yes, it can be removed. So many x-rays containing this bone are found when doctors order imaging for chronic knee pain. It even has a name, flabella syndrome.
If I start getting knee pain, I should go get checked out for it.
Yes.
I have other knee issues, but that's just because when I was younger, I popped out my kneecaps a few times and pulled muscles and stuff, but they've been a lot better lately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, apparently bones can become extinct now. I know, it's so weird, right? So here's more imaging of it.
Your
drawing of it.
I think it is. Isn't it that one that you don't actually need or something like that? It's like, well, then why doesn't that go away?
Mm-hmm.
That one, a lot of people will hurt it and then they have back pain after that.
Yeah. I have. It's the S1, S2. The sacral, I forget what it's called. Sacral? I don't know. It's not really part of your spine, it's your tailbone. The S1 and S2 vertebrae. All right, so that's the end of that one. Okay, Jeff, I'm going to be sending you. Well, wait, Esther. Gerald had a question for you. Before you leave. Why do you think the Mandela effect is happening? Your opinion.
It's confusing for me because I'm like, I don't know if it's different realities, like different Earths, and we're like getting sent to a different Earth. I mean, I'm kind of more on board with that one, just because of like the changes and how like we can remember something and everybody else is like, no, that's not the way it was, or like you could like your family remembers things that you can't remember like happening and stuff. So I'm kind of more on that path. Like maybe you died and now you're in another reality, or maybe just somehow got transferred to another reality. Maybe you didn't actually die. Maybe you just needed to go somewhere else. That's possible. So So I'm wondering if it's that. I mean, I don't think the time travel thing, I mean, it's possible somebody could be going back in time and changing stuff. And that's where like maps will change and stuff because maybe they just have different what's it, cryptographers doing it instead of the original people. Like they went back and changed like who was making the maps and stuff like that, so they could make different maps, different shapes. So I'm just not really sure. I mean, I definitely know that some of the little changes here and there can be just us misremembering things just because we do have a faulty memory. So I don't think everything that I've ever noticed, like I don't remember that. But I believe that we definitely do have changes. Obviously, we do have changes. So I'm kind of, like I said, more on board with possible the multi-dimensional theory. Because it's like, yes, I read the Bible and I believe that the Bible is true, but it's like, how do we know that they didn't leave those parts out of the Bible because they knew it was just too far, and it, to be able to explain that would just be too far out of our reach to be able to understand that back then when they were writing it. That just might have been inconceivable for them. So I'm kind of more of leaning on that way of thinking that it's quite possibly that, because I don't know how to explain it. I know the simulation theory, it's possible, living in a simulation. So hope not, but I mean, with having deja vu and things like that, that's where that's kind of more of like feeling of that could be a simulation because, you've done it before and you've restarted or something like that, kind of deal. Or your avatar person is, has more information than you do. So I'm not really exactly sure why we're having this, but like I said, I'm not ruling anything out. It confuses me. It baffles me because it's like, I don't know how, like a song that I love, how can the lyrics change? And some of the songs, like I was telling you, Sandy, like some of the songs are coming back, like Yellow Submarine. Being able to hear A again, yeah, we all live in a yellow submarine. And I'm like, yes, that's awesome. So listening to that was just so amazing on my birthday to actually hear the A come back in. Okay, Ben?
Yeah.
Okay. And the other song, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, and actually say diamonds and porters and trees, and just listening to the S's come back on that song. And I'm just like, it just boggles your mind. It was like, how does this happen? Like, how does this go away, come back, go away, come back? It was like, So yeah, Ben, we'll talk about that Saturday.
I know. Saturday?
Yes, but
Hey.
Sorry, my son decided to pop into bed.
Yes, I'm excited for tomorrow because
Sorry, I'm just now reading the chat. I was trying to not look at the chat because if I did, I would lose my train of thought as I'm sleepy, so I had to really focus.
That's okay. Someone decided to start a motorcycle right outside my window, and that was fun.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just thinking about I know there's a theory of we create our reality, and it's like I kind of wish in a way we could, but I mean, I don't know. I think that we all do have energies and things like that, and we all do need to focus on the positives, and your life will typically get better, but there's no guarantee. So I think we all do have a path to be on. And so so I'm getting tired and my brain's starting to ramble, but it's just kind of interesting. So like I said, it's one of those, I mean, I wish I could shape my reality.
I was watching the
But
guy that
not sure about that.
About the misheard lyrics of.
Oh, the misheard lyrics.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love watching that guy. Because he was watching a brontosaurus and Doc McStuffin saying the S word.
Mm.
Not like it could be skitty, not happy.
Jeff, are you there?
But they actually, but for now, they actually just cut the word out.
Mm-hmm.
Just replaced it with.
Oh, he's on a mute. We can't hear you, Jeff. You're on mute.
He may have walked away a minute because you were talking.
Yeah.
Yum,
I love you too.
yum.
Hey, we got that on recording. He loves me. To remember that when you're a teenager.
I'll still love you as a teenager.
Hi, Janata.
Well, hopefully he comes back. I was gonna say I was gonna go, but if he's not there, it's just gonna be just like you hanging out.
Yeah, I don't know where Jeff is. Oh, there he is. He's pulling up the pictures for us.
Ah.
So
Yeah.
if you want to say goodnight, you're free. You're free to go.
Yay, I'm free. No, just kidding. No, it was nice. I just, especially during the middle of the week instead of just on Saturday. So, which I was cool to get to the 500 subscribers. So, congratulations again.
Thank
So,
you, Esther. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you being here. It was very nice of you.
Yeah. If I didn't have to get up so early in the morning, I would just say whatever and I'd drink coffee and stay up. But I still got to get these goobers off to school.
Yes, you do.
So for all the people that like drink coffee, it's like, no, I have to be up at like 5 something in the morning. So I've got like 6 hours worth of sleep. Yeah. And unfortunately, I can't take a nap tomorrow because I have appointments. So, but I'll talk to you guys later. And night, everyone. Thank you for showing up for everyone in the chat. You were a lot of fun tonight.
Good night, Esther. Thank you for being here.
Good night, Esther.
Night, Jeff. Bye.
Bye. All right, so Jeff right now has the Boeing airplanes that Gerald brought up in the chat a while back. I have a few of them. I'm adding you to the stream right now, Jeff. So for those of you that didn't know what we were talking about, we did cover these a while back. None of us remember engines on the side of the body or on the tail like that. Sometimes the engine is on the back of the plane instead of pointed front. These were new to me. I think Dan covered these a while ago, like in 2017, a while ago, but I know a lot of you haven't seen these, so here's a couple pictures. I think I sent you 3 of them. Very unbalanced, yes, preliminal. Like that bottom, like the tail part is just gonna fall off. It's ridiculous. And there should be one more, I think. Yeah, it's a really old photo of one. I think that one actually has 4 engines. 2 on either side of the body, or the fuselage. 1 on top, and then 1 in the very back.
Was that all of them, Sandy?
That's it. I'm taking them down.
All right.
So, Jeff, do you want to share what you believe could be causing the Mandela effect? Because Gerald asked all of us.
Well, like I've said before, I don't think it's any one thing. I think it's multiple things. I definitely think merging realities.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
The whole Sagittarius Orion arm thing is big for me. I think it's possible we could be on a different Earth. I also think that God could be doing it, or maybe even the devil could be doing some of it. I also think CERN is accelerating it, but they're not the cause. But they are accelerating it, I believe. But the multiple timelines theory for me is interesting because I've heard scientists say that they can access those multiple timelines. I've seen videos where they had seminars where they actually came out and said that. But I don't think that is time travel because we wouldn't have the memories of the old way if it was. And I don't think it's a simulation because I think we're real. So those two I would pretty much rule out.
I am sending you a link to a video. I pretty much agree with everything you said, but I have a theory that, and I would believe that God did this or something did this, that a lot of people believe that we all died in 2012 and were moved here. And my theory is that we were moved to, I figured it out based on this video, the link that I just sent you, that we were moved to a future point in time. So we're still on the same Earth, it's just a future Earth. And that's based on the tectonic plates movement, which I'm going, I don't know, Jeff, do you have it up, the video?
Not yet.
Not yet. Which could also explain why we're in a different part of the solar system. Like, you know, the Orion arm versus Sagittarius is that we, over millennia, the planet moved to a different part of the solar system. Not the solar system, the galaxy. Brain is not working, it's getting late. It could also explain why our sun is white and not yellow. Okay, he's got it. Just tell me when you're ready. Because I can see it's there, but I can't see if it's full screen or not. Jeff? I don't want, if you have an option to not play with sound, don't play with sound. I don't know if there is any sound or not.
Okay. Yeah, I could do that.
Okay,
You
good.
see it?
Yeah, I'm going to add you in now.
All
All
right.
right, guys. So in this video, you'll see how South America moves away. I think you have to hit play because we're just seeing a black screen. We get started over. So credit goes to the California Academy of Sciences. All right, so they're showing you, I guess, Pangea. And so most of us know, like, you know, Pangea, they say Pangea, and like everything fits together like puzzle pieces. But from 200 million years ago, South America has continually been moving to the west. So it's safe to say, Oh, we're on an earlier version of Earth. Oh my gosh. I always confuse the two. All right, take back everything I just said. We are at an earlier point in time. No, I was right the first time. Okay, ignore me. It is the future. Because in the past it was more to the right. Yeah, in the past. So in the future it would be further underneath us. Guys, help me here. I'm tired. In the future it would be further underneath us, correct? Jeff?
Yeah, so we would be in an earlier time, wouldn't we?
We would be in the past, yes, not in the future.
Right.
No, no, no. See, you're getting confused like I am. In the past, it was closer to Africa. So in the future, it will be below us because it's moving west. You understand?
So we may be in a future Earth, is what you're saying.
We are on a future Earth, yes. We got whatever happened to move us here. It's to buy us time. Whether it's to buy us time so we can leave Earth to find a new home, that we were moved to, I believe we were moved to buy us time. I also believe it's merging realities. I believe it's multiple things. I don't believe it's just one theory. I believe realities are merging. Science has found evidence that there are, alternate realities, parallel universes. I believe God may have a hand in this because how did we move to a past Earth where South America is all the way over to our east? So and like I said, the sun is now white instead of yellow. So in the past, maybe as the sun ages, it will turn yellow. So in the future, when South America is below us, the sun will be much older and would be yellow. So I think
So we're in a past Earth then.
we are on a past Earth, yes, where South America is closer to Africa because it hadn't moved further away yet. That's what I'm trying to say. I was right. No,
Yeah.
you're confusing me again. In the future, yes, we are on a past Earth because in the future, South America will be below us as it continues to move. The continent continues to move to the east,
Right.
the west. Wow, this is so confusing. I can't. I hope you guys in the chat are following me. I'm so sorry. We are on a past Earth where South America is closer to Africa and has not had the time to travel west enough to be underneath us where we remember it. That is the final word on that.
And that would make sense because that would mean that something happened maybe in 2012 where our Earth was destroyed. So we had to be moved to a past version to continue to live.
Correct. So that we had time to evolve enough to continue on somewhere else, maybe moving to Mars or Venus or an artificial planet. Who said they can't make a planet, in the future? Who knows?
And also there are other planets and other solar systems and all of that. So that we don't even know.
Yes. So that is my theory. All right, so we can't stay around too much longer, but let's see, hold on. Preliminal says this is a smaller globe circumference. Look at how Greenland is now in Australia, and the Atlantic Ocean is wider. The Atlantic Ocean could be wider because of tectonic plate movement. Like maybe while South America is moving west, other continents are moving east. Or maybe Europe is moving west. You see what I'm saying? Like, so things could be closing gaps and getting wider and smaller. The circumference could change because the Earth is constantly creating new Earth, like through lava vents and magma vents, whatever you want to call them, So the Earth could be getting larger over time.
Actually, what sent me down the rabbit hole of Mandela effect was the 2012 theory,
Same.
because I was looking that up, and then I came across Mandela effects by looking that up after I had already found out about the Mandela effect. The term, I mean, because like
Mhm.
I said, I've been experiencing the Mandela effect my whole life. Didn't know there was a name for it, but like when I first went down that rabbit hole, it was because of the 2012 theory. And that's when I discovered all the Mandela effects that they don't talk about in the mainstream.
Mhm.
So
That's
yeah, it was
great.
that theory that sent me down that rabbit hole.
Same. And when I did that poll in Teresa's group, um, one of the number one things that people listed, because I did a poll in Teresa's group back in 2020, asking people, trying to find out what we had in common. And one of the things at the top of the list was near death experiences or almost dying.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of us have had near death experiences or health conditions, um, like life altering health conditions or surgeries. Like if you go in for surgery, there's a chance you could have passed away in an alternate reality while under anesthesia. So there's a lot of things. They seem to be the top reasons though.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, chronic illness of some sort, near death experiences. There was another one, I can't remember what it is, but there was another one.
Spending a lot of time alone was one of them.
That was one of them, yeah. Also, being a night owl was another one.
Yeah, which we are.
Yes, yes, we are. All right, so I guess the last couple things we'll do now is Jeff, you can go in Flickr and just randomly choose things that interest you. Older folders, not the new stuff. They've seen the new stuff to death.
Okay.
Just go in there, click like page 14, and pick stuff you like.
All right.
Surprise us all. So I'm reading the chat right now. Sanday. See. Columno says, I think the Mandela effect happens on an individual basis, not to everyone, each at different times. I believe that as well. That's what I said. I don't believe that one thing is causing this. I don't know if it's like a chain reaction or it's just, I think multiple things are happening which create the Mandela effect. And it could explain why some things are huge changes and other things are little, minor changes. That's another theory I have. Pastor of Muppet says fifth dimension veil opening for some. I also believe that string theory could be the cause of this. If there's beings in the third dimension, then it's likely that there's beings in other dimensions, and maybe they're trying to reach out to us by making these changes. And each dimension would control different things like time or historical events, colors,
Yeah,
name
I,
changes, things like
I
that.
agree. I think
Okay. Oh, go on.
there's an intelligence trying to communicate with us, trying to wake us up, and it's
Hmm.
only getting through to some of us, and others just can't see it for some reason. And also, I know that it's definitely true that we see changes at different times, we experience them at different times, we shift at different times. Because, like I've said many times, and I know this for a fact, I saw Berenstein Bears, not Berenstain Bears, in 2019. I saw it as the old way. It wasn't until the next year when I found out about the term Mandela effect that I actually saw it the new way. I know when I was watching on YouTube old Saturday morning cartoons, I saw it with the E.
I believe you. That's what I said. It all changes at the same time.
Yep.
Well, that's creepy. Joe Bloor says, I remember an SMQ and Chick show where there's literally a huge sound heard and you can hear a voice whisper Chick. That sounds creepy. Stay safe, Pastor of Muppets. Pastor of Muppets says, huge snowstorm just hit here in Oshawa, Bowmanville, Ontario, Canada at nuclear plant. And then says that it's going to be minus 30. Wow. That's cold.
Yeah.
That is, and minus 20 tomorrow in New York for Philo.
It's bad enough when it's 20 or 30, let alone minus 20 or 30. That's torture.
Yeah. John Otta says, what if it's hypnosis or something? I can't imagine. Like, we'd have to be really asleep. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. I don't think it's that. But I
I
have
hope
another
not.
theory about dreams too, where some of our dreams are us living in alternate realities. The ones that are very vivid.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that feel so real that you're sure that it's real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could see that.
Especially since, like, there's some that I have where I'm doing the same things all the time, going to the same places all the time that don't exist in this reality. So I think that's a part of it too. And maybe we shift in our dreams. And I think things change while we're sleeping. That's when a lot of the changes happen overnight.
And that is, I agree. I think that is why a lot of us are night owls, because I think people who routinely sleep at night get updates. I really do.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
And I've noticed, I'm not going to name names, but some people, some friends, who are less affected when changing sleep schedules or seem to care less about the Mandela effect after changing their sleep schedules to sleeping at night.
Yeah, there's definitely something to that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I see, let's see, where is it? Somebody mentioned J.C. Penney. Now, J.C. Penney, I know that's a change because I worked there 3 separate times in my life. And the first 2 times I worked there was no EY. It was just Y at the end. Third time I worked there, I was already affected and the EY was there. I've seen it both ways, and I remember it was different.
Now wait, when you worked there, was J.C. Penney one word, or was it J.C. space Penny?
It was all one word, no E before the Y.
Oh, see, for me, when I was a kid, it was J.C. space Penny.
Now, I'm not going to say definitely wasn't. It could have been, and I just never noticed that part. But I definitely do remember it was JCPENNY.
Mm-hmm.
That extra E was not there.
Yes, I agree. It was not Penny. It was Penny. The change to J.C. Penney being one word changed for me when J.C. Penney came out with that square red logo. the JCP logo.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it all became one word for me.
I worked there when that happened too.
Thank you, Preliminal. That was a sweet comment. I didn't get to read it. I'm scrolling up. He said, this channel is really great. I appreciate you all for streaming. Thank you.
Thanks, Preliminal.
Oh, that's really nice.
Or should I say preliminal?
I do too. I miss the old Mandela Effect channels too.
I didn't get to see a lot of those because I came into it so late.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, Jeff, you have one loaded up, don't you? Let's get that on the screen.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting because it's one I haven't seen, and you know how into the music ones I am.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if I can remember it. You want to read, Jeff, since you haven't been reading anything? Or is
Yeah.
it easier? Okay, go ahead.
Something strange is happening to a Beatles song. I don't care too much for money, blank love.
So, sentence. You have to know the song.
All right. Philo says, "'Cause money can't buy me."
And Preliminal says, money can't buy me. And now you see the problem.
Yep.
High Pocket says, cause money can't buy me love. Oh, Philo says, no cause, sorry. John Nada says, money can't buy me. Analog Lime says, money can't buy me. Beth Bromley is, can't buy me.
I remember, I don't care too much for money. Money can't buy me love.
That's what I remember too. All right, we can go on. We got a lot of answers.
Okay. In my past, through the whole song, the blank was money can't buy me love.
We're 10 years older than you, Ryagami. Oh, sorry, it's 4. We're all wrong.
All right. But now for the first half of the song, the official lyrics are, "For money can't buy me love." What?
Yeah, 4.
I didn't know about this change.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know if this was back in the day when I'd include clips or not. Yeah, 4. And it may have changed. Like Esther said, a lot of the songs are flipping back. So it may be gone now. But we have proof it was there.
All right. But the strange part is when I listen to the song, they sing, "But money can't buy me love."
We have to go listen to it.
Yeah.
So the lyrics say 4, but they were singing but. And if it's not in here, I'll go look for it real quick. I'll record a clip for Jeff to play.
And I even found a couple that say, "'Cause money can't buy me love."
Like a couple of you said in the chat.
Yep. All right. And there's that 4.
Yeah, people remember the 4, which is weird.
That is weird. That was never there. That sounds ridiculous to me.
While you do that, I'm going to go look for it and record
Okay.
it. I'll be right back.
All right.
Leave in the chat, guys. What are you looking at now, Jeff? Keep talking.
Just the various residues and stuff for all the different versions here. Cause I don't care too much for money in the lyrics on this one. And then it's just, I don't care too much for money. Money can't buy me love, which is what I remember. And there's that cause again. And that's it for that one.
If they sing but, I'm going to record it. There's no captions.
I remember throughout the whole song, it was just, I don't care too much for money. Money can't buy me love. That was it. There was no other word anywhere throughout the song.
Should I slow it down? I should probably slow it down too. It is fast.
Yeah.
I won't slow it down too much because I don't want to. I'll just.
Now
Yeah,
that's
75 is good.
What Gerald Neal says here. 4 would be proper UK English. They are from the UK. It doesn't mean I heard it in the song, but still interesting.
All right, I'm going to crop it real quick and send it over to you. I'm just going to play the slower version because that also won't. It's better that way for YouTube to not, give me trouble. Let me remove this from the stream. I'm going to be sending you the clip in 1 second. Okay, Jeff, I'm sending you the clip now.
All right.
And I'm going to mute while you play it. So that way, because it's very fast, guys. You definitely have to, it's quick. I did slow it down to like at 75%, but it's definitely but. And 4 is the lyrics, but they don't sing that. They definitely sing but. Okay, here we go. You may turn your.
I'm in love. I don't care too much for money, but money can buy me love. I don't care too much for money, but money can buy me love.
That's good. You hear the but clear as day, right, guys? But money can't buy me love. Never there.
I heard it, and I never heard it before till now.
Nope. Oh, it's just because I didn't record that part of it, High Pockets. That's why cause was cut off in the beginning. But it's but. Definitely but now. It was never but. Oh, yeah, I slowed it down, Noise Guru.
And that
It was
doesn't
so
even make any
fast.
sense. Think about that for a minute. That's really not what he was trying to say. It kind of ruins it.
You know what? I'm also going to send you the fast version. Just so you can. Give me a minute. I gotta crop out like everything. There's too much music here.
Cause would make sense, but does not make sense there.
On it. One second. Okay. I am sending you the normal speed one right now.
Okay.
Well, as soon as it messenger, yeah. That should be it. Oh no, High Pockets. It's definitely butt. It's a butt. Like we're gonna play for you fast so you can hear how it sounds normally. Here we go.
I don't care too much for money, but money can buy me love. 'Cause I don't care too much for money, but money can buy me love.
I still hear butt clear as day, but money can't buy me love.
Yeah, I heard because I don't care too much for money, but money can't buy me love.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm hearing.
That's not how it used to sound for me.
Yep. All right, so I am going to unpresent you. Oh, you already did it for me.
Yep. And presented myself.
So what's the next random folder you got for us?
Let's
I guess
see.
we can do like 2 more.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Give me a minute or two.
That would be Michael Jackson's estate. Probably his children or his parents or brothers and sisters.
What's that?
Deborah O'Connor says Michael Jackson had bought the rights to the Beatles songs, but since his death, who owns them now? I would guess it's his estate. I agree, Philo. The movie was very good. Oh, they were sold to Sony Music, Noise Guru said. Thank you. I agree, Joe Bloor. In my past, Paul McCartney did at least some of them, bought some of them back. And Noise Guru says Simon Cowell owns 40%.
All right, so I picked one that I'm really affected by that bothers me.
Ryu Gamin's saying butt is gone for him. For her.
Really?
Yeah.
So it could be a hear what you want.
It could be. Okay, guys. This is a fill in the blank. Please spell Jesse in the chat how you remember it. Gerald is Jesse. Preliminal is Jesse. Janada is Jesse. No, Simon's looking kind of Botoxy.
Yeah.
Rudy P is Jesse. Philo is guessing IE. Delayed. It's okay. So are we. Joe Boer says, wish I had Jesse's girl. Analog Lime is Jesse.
So what I will say about this one, without giving it away yet,
Uh-huh.
I think this is one of the dumbest Mandela effect changes. It annoys the crap out of me because it's so freaking stupid.
It's okay. I agree.
I,
But we got enough answers. You want to answer what you remember?
yeah, JESSE.
Same. Ah, Parody Bear comes in with JESSE. All right, you can go on.
All right.
Isn't there another question? I think there's another question.
Her name was Sally Jessie Raphael in my past with the E, and there was never an apostrophe or umlaut over the E. I agree with that too. And that Y is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that that was her name.
Absolutely not. Do you guys remember the umlaut over the E? Because I absolutely do not. The Y.
And it's not needed. It's just stupid.
Why a Y? I don't know why.
Like, wouldn't you put that over a name of somebody who, how do I say this? I don't know how to say it, but I think you know what I mean. Like, it wouldn't be over her name. It just looks stupid.
It looks stupid. Oh,
Like,
so wrong.
I don't know how to word it. And since we're on YouTube, I'm not going to try.
Okay.
But I think you know what I mean.
Philo says no, no, no to all of this mess. It is a mess.
It is. Some also remember her name as Jessie with an IE, but it's always been Jessie with a Y in this reality. Never saw that spelled that way ever. Not for her name, not for anybody else. I just never saw that spelling. It's stupid.
It is. It's so stupid.
And I don't know if you remember this, Sandy, but I sent you residue from a movie that I have on DVD where she made a cameo. And in the credits, it says it the way I remember it.
The way I remember it too, yeah. No, I don't. I don't remember that. We're going to need to find that again. I'll add
Yes,
it to the folder.
it's great residue. Right in the end credits on my DVD. It's a Rodney Dangerfield movie from 1996, I believe,
Oh, rest in
called
peace.
Meet
Such a
Wally
good actor.
Sparks. Tons of celebrities made an appearance in that movie. Very funny, very underrated movie, too. And I noticed it that her name was spelled the way I remembered in the credits.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And here we go. Her book has brown glasses and Jessie. That's another thing. Her glasses were red.
They were always red.
Yeah, always.
That was her signature.
Yes,
That was
exactly.
her thing. You could just you could literally just put red glasses on the cover of a Sally Jesse Raphael book. Because that was just you could just hold
Right.
up red glasses. Who does this remind you of? Sally Jesse Raphael.
Right. And everyone would know what you're talking about. Everyone would know it's her. Because it was her signature. You're right.
Right. And now she didn't always have red glasses. That's the second change for me. I feel like there's a slide missing. Like there should be a slide in there asking you what color glasses because we just jump into her book has brown glasses and
Yeah.
Jesse. So here's all the different color
we do
glasses.
see,
Purple. You see
we
the
do
purple?
see the red. But what
I'm
is
on a
that?
delay. Hold on a minute. Let me get there. No, that red is actually brown. There is a red one, but there's also brown, tortoiseshell, purple.
Yeah, I see it. I see which ones are red and which ones are brown.
Mm-hmm.
And then that ridiculous blue that she never wore.
Purple, but yeah, it's like a cool purple. I think the next slide is all red.
Is it purple?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is purple.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm colorblind. So what do I know?
So here's all the red. Now, if you compare these reds to the other slide, you would see if they're brown, not red.
Yeah.
These are the red. So it's not like she never wore red anymore. It's just that she wore other colors, and I don't remember that. It was
Me.
always red.
Every time I saw her on TV, she was wearing red. Never any other color glasses. There's the residue for Jessie, the way most of us remember it. And then there's also the stupid current reality crap there.
Mm-hmm. Is this before I highlighted? It's not on my screen yet. It's like, I don't know. It's not catching up. Am I playing slower? Maybe it's still playing at 75. It is. It's still playing at 75%.
That's why.
Yeah, I'm like, why is this not doing anything? So yeah, this is before I'd highlight things. So you're looking at the current reality. No. This is residue. I didn't even make the background green. It's amazing.
Okay, now I know what I wanted to say about those dots over her name. Usually you would see those over somebody's name who was like from another country.
Right. And when I presented this the first time, I said that Sally stole the umlaut from Doc Martens.
Yes.
That's what happened.
That's another huge change that drives me nuts.
And that was the first one I found all the way back in 2016.
Wow. So was that your effect?
That was
got
it.
you?
Doc Martens. Because it was,
Yeah.
and I remember it differently than most people. I remember it MAA with one of the A's having an umlaut. And I do remember Martins with an E, and a lot of people remember Martins with an I.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always been doctor. That's what caught my attention. I was like, absolutely not.
No, that one is so stupid. That's the
Oh
worst
my-
of all the changes with that one.
But the name was wrong for me too, so.
It was always Doc Martens. Dr. Martens thing is so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
See, for me, I don't really have any one that I could point to, really, because I've been experiencing them my whole life without knowing there was a name for it. You know, for the first several years, there was a name for it. But I would say that the one that really freaked me out the most that I noticed kind of early on was the Charles Schultz one. There was always a T in his name.
Mm-hmm.
That
Just like
Schultz.
FAO Schwartz.
Yeah. Oh, that's another big one. FAO Schwartz. It definitely had the T in it.
Absolutely.
I went there when I was a kid and I visited New York to see some relatives. We went to FAO Schwartz and I remember seeing the T in there.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody would have even called it that. They would have said Schwartz. So here we go. We have more residue for Jessie the right way.
Wait a minute, can you go back a second?
Yeah.
Are you able to zoom in on the bottom left corner picture, the book? It
Yeah.
has the umlauts on the book too. You see it?
Oh, yeah, I see that.
So it's
That
not
was
like, oh, it was only in one spot. No, whenever they printed it, they did.
Yeah, that was never there. That's crazy. All right. So, good residue.
Analog Lime says, I lived down the street from Charles Schultz's house in Minneapolis. I know it had a T.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it did. And what's cool about that, like is if you go to newspapers.com, you could still find comics where it has the T.
Hold up.
I
Hold
have
up.
a bunch of them saved to my phone.
Does that say Tuesday 4 p.m. Sally Jesse Raphael with 2 L's? Or is that an exclamation point? Can you zoom in on the newspaper clipping? Is that an exclamation point?
It's an exclamation point, yeah.
Okay. I say, why is there 2 L's? Okay. We're good. Sorry.
Sally tells her callers that they don't have to have sex with midgets if they don't feel like it. Well, that's reassuring.
Oh my God.
And
That headline would not fly today.
right? They were worried, but thanks to her telling them they don't have to, they feel better now.
Deborah O'Connor. Her text to speech is added again. I have to say this one. She said her grasses were always read for me. That's great. Thank you, Deborah. I love it. No, she had a talk show. She was like what's his face? My brain's not working. Not Maury. Who was the other guy with the black hair and the glasses? Help me. Too late.
Black hair and glasses?
Yeah, Donahue. Thank you. Well,
Donahue.
Donahue is not who I'm thinking of.
Gray hair and glasses.
Yeah, Donahue is another one. What was it? What? He's
There
on
was
the news
Jenny
today.
Jones.
No, but who's the
Richard
guy on the news
Bay.
today? He's on the news today. The journalist, the black hair, glasses, mustache. Oh my gosh, why can't I think of him?
And he had a talk show?
Geraldo.
Geraldo.
Thank you.
Oh, I can't
Thank
stand
you.
that guy.
I know.
He's obnoxious.
But yeah, she was another one of them.
And Geraldo,
Another-
he was a joke, like even back then, because he went in Al Capone's vault and found nothing. There's this whole big deal, and he found nothing, and was humiliated.
No shame, Geraldo. Yes. Noise Guru said Geraldo found Al Capone's empty beer bottle.
Yep. Guy's a joke.
John ought to watch that live.
Oh yeah.
Time you'll never get back.
Right.
Oh yeah, Ricky Lake's another Mandela effect we covered. We remember R-I-C-K-I and it's R-I-K-K. Like Ricky Lake.
Oh yeah, that's a big change.
We covered that one too. I think Teresa found that one. All right, you picking your last one for the night?
Yeah, let's see what we have here. Find something interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Really something I hope that they'll find interesting. Okay, I'm going to pick another music one because I don't know it and it's already freaking me out before I even know what the change is.
Okay. Watch you not be affected by it.
I happen to love this song, so if there's a change with it, I'm going to be freaked out by it. You can always go on Ricky Lake. It's a line from Pretty Fly for White Guy. Am I presenting yet?
Nope, I can't see you.
Okay, hold up. Let me fix that.
All right.
There we go.
And there you go.
Take me home tonight. Listen, honey, just like Ronnie blank. Be my little baby. What do you remember?
What do you remember, Jeff?
Just like Ronnie said.
Lila Fire is said. John Nada is said. High Pockets is said.
I think I know about this change.
It's not Ronnie, says Noise Guru. Says and said both for me, says Joe Bloor.
I think I know about this change and noticed it, and I was like, what is going on here? And then I just forgot about it. If it's what I think it is.
Analog Lime is said. Philo says Eddie repeats it too.
Yeah.
Noise Guru said it's Ronstad.
No, it's just like Ronnie said. He's talking about Ronnie, what's her name? From the Ronettes.
We're going to talk about it in this
Yeah.
presentation.
It's a
But that
particular...
means Noise Guru remembers said because Ronstad would be Ronnie said. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Is it
So
Ronnie Spector? Is that her name?
Yes, Spector, yes.
That's who he's talking about, Ronnie Spector. So Ronnie is correct. It's the next part that's in question. So let's see. It was just like Ronnie said in my past, but it's always been sang. Yeah. Yep. I noticed that.
Not sang. Sang. I would have taken says. I would have said, okay, it says, fine, maybe I heard it wrong.
Right.
Sang. Absolutely not.
No, that's not what he used to say.
Did you say it's not like he used to sing? Jeff. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to make sure you're still there.
Yeah.
Tyler says it was both said and sang for me.
Is it different throughout the song?
I didn't hear it differently. It was always said.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Ronnie Spector, Gerald Neal. No.
And not Phil Spector. Completely different person.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, honey, just like Ronnie sang. Wrong. There's current reality.
Yep.
And while it does make sense, it's not what he used to say.
That's always that. I'd say 80% of Mandela effects, when they change, they make more sense.
Well, I don't know about that. I see more that don't make any sense to me than do. But I mean, there are a lot that do. But to me, there's so many that just ruin it. They make it worse. They make it not as interesting as it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe it's 50-50 on that.
It might be 50-50.
Yeah. Here we go. There's some residue.
Oh, there's a lot of residue.
Okay, so Gerald Neal says, I don't know who Ronnie Spector is. Ronnie Spector was the singer of the Ronettes who sung Be My Baby, the oldie, Be My Baby.
From Dirty Dancing.
From Dirty Dancing, yes.
Be my little baby.
And that's what he's referring to, that song.
Ugh.
There's more residue for just like Ronnie said.
16. She died at 16?
Ronnie Spector, yeah.
I didn't realize she was that young.
Whoa, wait a minute. Really?
No, she died January 12th, 2022.
I thought you said in 16. I thought that sounded about right, but no.
No. Gerald Neal said that she died at 16. Oh, he said no, she didn't die at 16.
No.
Okay. I read that wrong. Sorry.
She was already older when they made that song.
I was going to say. Oh, no, he did say, says she died at 16. And then he said, no, she didn't die at 16. No, she died at like 70 or 80 something. Yeah, 2022. She just died.
That's a little weird. I thought it was before that.
A year ago on my anniversary. Gosh. So 43. She was 79 years old.
Oh, okay. More residue here.
It's okay, Gerald. Again, I am tired. And flipping back and forth. You get lost in the chat.
Lots of residue for what we remember here.
Yeah. Entirely too much.
Yep.
Well, for those of you that, while he's showing the residue, those of you who don't know, we are now dual streaming Brian's shows on my channel, so you have a choice. You can either be in Brian's chat or my chat. It's up to you. I pretty much stick to my chat now. I hop in over at Brian's chat and say hi a couple times, but I'm mainly over here. And Jeff and Esther, they go back and forth, but Esther usually stays over at Brian's chat. So that way we have somebody in both chats. Oh, excuse me. I'm getting tired.
So here we have the Manskuse, misheard lyrics.
Oh, yes. But I was going to say we have a show this Saturday with all new stuff. Maybe a couple old because people liked that last week.
All right, that's it for that one.
And that's it for the night. So, guys, thank you again. I really can't thank you enough I literally jumped up like 100 subscribers practically overnight. So really, thank you. I really appreciate you guys being here, hanging out with us, coming here last minute. You guys are awesome. The best subscribers ever. And
Yeah, thanks
Jeff,
everyone.
yeah, and Jeff, thank you for being here, for presenting.
And
You know,
thanks
I
for,
appreciate everything you do.
yeah, thanks for having me on as always and having me do this. It's always
Oh,
fun.
oh, I had a great time tonight. Everybody's saying, say goodnight, Gracie. So yeah, we'll see you here again on Saturday night. I hope you guys can be here. I think we're gonna stick to 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. So hopefully we'll see you then. And again, I can't thank you guys enough. I hope you have a great night. We'll see you then. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.